In today's episode, we have some amazing deals to look through together, plus every game on the list is currently at an all-time low price. Hey everyone, I'm JP, and welcome to the Digital Game Room. Here at the channel, we cover Nintendo Switch games and deals every week, and we love sharing the savings with the community. If this happens to be your first time here, welcome and thanks for checking us out. If you have a good time or we help you save a few dollars, consider hitting that red button down below to subscribe. To the digital crew here at the channel, welcome back my friends, and thanks for rocking out with us again for a few minutes today. Alright folks, and without any further ado, let's jump into the list and try to save some money together. As always, stay safe out there and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start with Collapsed. This is a single-player action platformer from Over Games with a download size around 3 GB and a main story that will last roughly 8 to 10 hours to finish up. The game takes place in a post-apocalyptic world, but the cause and why things have happened are left unclear at the start of the game. As you progress through, blasting wave after wave of enemy, the story starts to reveal itself and you learn everything. There are multiple characters to pick from with different playstyles, and it can make a big difference on how the game plays overall. There are power-ups and hidden secrets scattered everywhere as well, and this is a great option and a relatively new release for the Switch. Right now you can pick it up until February 6th, marked down 55% to a new all-time low of just $675. Next we have Demoniaca Everlasting Night. This is a retro-inspired 2D platformer that blends in the mechanics from a beat-em-up, and it's a really neat combo. The game has a download size around 1.8 GB and a main story that will last roughly 8 to 10 hours, but there's so much more to do that you might get nearly double that. Now in this one we explore a corrupted tower Metroidvania style and take on hordes of demons and their minions. It has a really unique combat system that feels more like a beat 'em up than anything else. You even learn combos as you progress through, and by the end the moveset rivals dedicated fighting games. Now one thing I have to note are the controls. They do feel a bit sluggish and will likely take a little bit of getting used to, but if you don't mind that, and you can pick this one up as a new release until February 2nd, it's marked down 20% with an introductory price of just $11.99. EARTHLOCK is a single-player adventure RPG from Snow Castle Games with a download size just over 4 GB and a main story that can last more than 20 hours to finish up. In this one we form a ragtag group of heroes to rescue their loved ones from an ancient cult and uncover the secret of EARTHLOCK. The game features a strategic turn-based combat system, a great crafting system, and different skill trees that you can follow to add some variety to each playthrough. There are 6 playable characters that you can switch between, and similar to Miitopia, you can form relationships between the party members for special buffs and attacks. If you're a fan of turn-based RPGs, make sure to check out EARTHLOCK while on sale until January 28th. It's marked down 81%, matching a previous low of just $568. 3000 Duel is a single-player action-adventure game from Neo Popcorn with a download size around 1.25 gigs, and it will take roughly 12 hours or so to wrap up. In this one, we explore a huge interconnected world with more than 300 biomes and 150 different enemy types, including the bosses. Now at its core, this is definitely a Metroidvania, but one thing I will say are the controls definitely don't feel as tight as something like Blasphemous or Hollow Knight, and the combat is a bit slower. However, the story is dark and does enough to keep you engaged throughout the entire runtime, and if you want a solid Metroidvania with a decent upgrade system and, again, a great story, make sure to grab this one up before January 26th. Right now it's marked down 60% to just $5.99, matching a previous low. Green Hell is a single-player adventure survival sim from publisher Forever Entertainment and will take roughly 20 to 25 hours to complete with a download size around 2.2 GB. Now this is definitely a realistic survival game and you're gonna die over and over again. In the process though, you'll learn what to eat and drink and how to craft what you need to survive this brutal environment. You wake up alone and in the Amazon and you have to find a way to survive. That means you'll have to craft bandages and medicines, make tools, and of course you have to find a clean source of water and food. You'll learn from each death, and believe me, there'll be a lot of them, but don't let it frustrate you. Eventually you'll master everything and you'll feel unstoppable. If you're interested in Green Hell, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 27th. It's marked down 75%, matching a previous low of just $624. Sword of the Necromancer is a single-player retro-inspired RPG from Grimorio of Games, offering a main story that will take roughly 8 hours to complete with local co-op for 1 to 2 players. This is a dungeon crawler with a top-down view, and the story revolves around a young heroine trying to restore the power to her magical sword in order to revive the person she loves the most. Our journey sees us setting off into dangerous dungeons full of enemies and bosses, and it does admittedly have a bit of a Zelda vibe or feeling to it. There is a really unique feature though. Since your sword still has some magical power left in it, you're able to revive enemies that you defeated and then have them join your party to fight alongside you. This is a great game and I definitely recommend it if you're a fan of the style or the era. Make sure to pick this one up before the sale ends on January 27th. It's marked down 50% to a new all-time low of just $7.49. Mask of Mist is a single-player fantasy action-adventure game from Sometimes You with a download size around 1.7 gigabytes and a main story that will last roughly 4 to 5 hours to finish up. The game is played from a first-person view and features absolutely gorgeous, colorful environments, magical creatures, tough enemies, and puzzles to solve throughout. Plus there's even mysterious caves and ancient ruins that you can explore as well. The story revolves around a mercenary that's been sent out to find a missing person. This particular person is very important and it's not like them to be silent or go missing. If you're a fan of fantasy adventure games, make sure to check out Mask of Mist before the sale ends on January 27th. It's marked down 40%, matching a previous low of just $8.99. Next we have Evil Tonight. This is a single player adventure game from DYA Games, one of our personal favorites here at the channel. The game features a top-down view and feels very much like playing an older Resident Evil game, just with better controls. It has a download size around 170 megabytes and the main story will last roughly 10 to 12 hours or so to wrap up. Now there's no hand-holding, no map. You'll have to explore and find items, secret areas, solve puzzles, and manage your inventory in order to progress through. Plus the soundtrack and presentation were top-notch. DYA makes some amazing games, and if you're interested in Evil Tonight, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 27th. It's marked down 10%, matching an all-time low of just $13.49. The Sinking City Deluxe Edition is a single-player 3D adventure RPG from Frogwares with a download size around 8.7 gigabytes and a main story that will last more than 25 hours to complete. Plus, with the Deluxe Edition, you get even more content, making this a great value. On top of all that, there's even some console exclusives as well. This is basically an investigative type adventure game set in an open world where you can solve cases in many different ways, encouraging multiple playthroughs. You have some awesome weapons that feel powerful and the game looks great on the Switch. Again, with the Deluxe Edition like I mentioned before, you also get the bonus DLC content and all of that exclusive content as well. If you're interested in Sinking City, make sure to grab up the Deluxe Edition before the sale ends on the 27th. It's marked down 75% to just $16.24, again matching an all-time low. The Company Man is a new release, single-player action platformer with a download size around 1 gigabyte and a main campaign that will last roughly 5 to 10 hours or so to wrap up. Now the game is a comedic play on the corporate structure you find in these big companies. We play as a new hire that's been tricked into damaging company property, and from there we work through each of the 7 amazing stages to undo that damage. Each level is themed around something you might find while working at these places, and they did a great job of capturing the true essence of the rat race at work. The sound and controls are great as well, and the game is very forgiving for new players with unlimited lives and a pretty generous checkpoint system as well. If you're interested in The Company Man, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 31st. It's marked down 10% to an introductory price of just $17.99. The Indie Darling Bundle Volume 2. This is a collection from Digerati with 3 games and it has a download size around 750 megabytes. The bundle offers local multiplayer for 2 players and dozens of hours of gameplay. With this bundle you get the fast-paced 2D shooter Bleed 2, which is always a fan favorite, plus you get Slay Away Camp The Butcher's Cut, which is a cool and unique puzzler based on 80s horror movies, and then you also get the aquatic adventure of The Last Human. The last one being a Metroidvania-style boss rush game and one of my favorite indie titles on the Switch. The bundle's a steal right now as the retail price is $34.99 and you can pick it up on sale until February 3rd, marked down 85%, matching a previous low of just $5.24. Next we have Darkwood. This is a single-player adventure-style RPG from Crunching Koalas and it offers around 20 to 30 hours of main story gameplay with a download size around 3.2 gigabytes. Now this is a challenging survival horror experience featuring a day and night cycle, randomly generated maps, a crafting system, skill trees, and a story with branching paths that you can take. Plus on top of that, the game doesn't rely on jump scares, rather the fear comes from the atmosphere that's created within the game. Players will need to craft items to survive while exploring during the day and find shelter at night. If you're interested in Darkwood, it's on sale until February 3rd, marked down 60%, matching a previous low of just $5.99. Next up we have the Indie Puzzle Bundle Volume 1. This is another bundle from Digerati with 4 great games and it has a download size around 1.2 gigabytes, again offering dozens and dozens of hours of gameplay. Now with this bundle you'll get Glass Masquerade, which is a stained glass type puzzle game. You'll get the fun for all ages Letter Quest Remastered, which teaches young ones how to spell while they play. You'll also get Pipe Push Paradise, and of course, again, Slay Away Camp, the Butcher's Cut. Now the bundle normally costs $40, so when you can find these bundles on sale, again, it's the best time to give them a serious look. Like before with this one, the sale ends on February 3rd, marked down 85%, matching a previous low of just $5.99. Project Warlock is a single-player retro-style FPS from Crunching Koalas, and it offers a main story that will last roughly 8 to 10 hours, with a download size around 2.7 gigabytes. In this one, we play as a mysterious warlock who embarks on a dangerous mission to eradicate all evil. This is a must-buy for fans of classic first-person shooters. There are 60 levels across 5 different settings, hidden keys and pathways, a bunch of different secrets to be found, and there's even an upgrade system in place to keep you feeling more and more powerful as you face the relentless assault by demons from all sides. This is definitely a tough game and it offers a great challenge, but if you're up for it, you can get it until February 3rd, marked down 60%, matching a previous low of just $5.99. Next up, we have the Blood and Guts bundle. This is another amazing bundle from Digerati, and once again it has local co-op for 2 players with a download size around 930 megabytes, offering dozens of hours of gameplay. With this one you get Slain Back from Hell, which is an amazing action platformer with a great soundtrack. Again, you get Slay Away Camp, the Butcher's Cut, which is again a really neat puzzle game. And you also get the retro-inspired Super Blood Hockey. It's a really cool retro sports title that offers a great arcade experience. Once again, this bundle would normally cost you a lot more, so while it's on sale, it's time to check it out. If you're interested in the Blood and Guts bundle, it's on sale again until February 3rd, marked down 85%, matching a previous low of just $6.74. Moonlighter, the Complete Edition, is a single-player action RPG from 11-bit studios with a download size around 2 gigabytes and a main story that will last more than 20 hours. The game follows a young man named Will, an adventurous shopkeeper that dreams of becoming a hero after the discovery of ancient gates that allow people to travel to different realms and seek treasures beyond their wildest dreams. The game features an addictive gameplay loop of searching for treasures and then bringing them back to your shop to sell during the day. In the Complete Edition, you'll get the base game of course, and you also get the Between Dimensions expansion as well. The DLC added new enemies, new bosses, and more. This is another great value, and it's currently on sale until February 7th, marked down 76%, matching a previous low of just $6.95. Next up, we have Remothered, Broken Porcelain. This is a single-player adventure title from Modus Games with a download size around 6.3 gigabytes and a main story that will last roughly 7 to 8 hours to wrap up. The game features a thrilling story full of twists and turns, a creepy setting, and some amazing survival horror action. You'll have to learn to hide and work your way through the shadows as you solve the various puzzles and try to escape this nightmarish environment. The soundtrack is amazing and the graphics are top-notch. If you're interested in Remothered Broken Porcelain, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 27th. It's marked down 75%, matching an all-time low of just $7.49. The Digerati Dungeon Crawl Volume 1 is a collection of 4 amazing games, once again from the developer, with a download size around 4.5 gigabytes, and it offers dozens of hours of gameplay. Once again, it has local multiplayer as well for 2 people, and with this bundle you'll get the action RPG Fall of Light Darkest Edition, which follows a soldier on an adventure with his daughter, Reverse Crawl, which is a turn-based RPG that lets you control large mobs of minions as you battle an evil queen, Skelly Celeste, a run-and-gun style game, and then of course Unexplored, the Unlocked Edition, which is another action RPG that's tough as nails. The bundle normally retails for over $52, making this an absolute steal at its current price, so be sure to check it out before the sale ends on February 3rd. Again, it's marked down 85%, matching a previous low of just $7.87. Children of Morta is an action RPG from publisher 11-bit Studios and offers a main story that could last more than 20 hours with a download size around 2.45 gigabytes. Once again, this game offers local multiplayer for up to 2 people, and it's a story of a valiant family standing together while the world around them is being devoured in darkness. It's shown from a top-down view and features some amazing pixel art graphics, plus you have 7 playable characters, and they all have vastly different skill sets from one another. Now this game is no joke, it's definitely tough. Even the first boss is kind of like a skill check to get you ready for the rest of the game. There are upgrades you can find, item modifiers between runs, and they keep adding new content into the game. If you're looking for a great deal, Children of Morta is one we always recommend, and it's on sale until February 7th, marked down 61%, matching a previous low of just $8.57. However, you can also pick up the complete edition for just over $13, so be sure to pick the one that's best for you. Next up, we have Big Drunk Satanic Massacre. This is an action RPG, again with a top-down view, this time with modern graphics from publisher Big Way. The game offers roughly 4 to 6 hours of main story gameplay, and it's also a single-player only adventure. It has a download size around 4 GB. Now this is a satirical RPG where you play as the devil's son, Lou. The story is absolutely wild and over the top, but the game is a lot of fun and it has absolutely stunning graphics and sound. The play on standard health items and such was really cool to see, and the developers did a great job. The game is definitely for mature audiences, obviously by the title, but if you're interested in this one, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on February 4th. It's currently marked down 50%, matching a previous low of just $9.99. Castle on the Coast is a 3D adventure game from Big Heart Productions with a download size around 1 GB, and it offers local co-op for 2 players. Now this game was inspired by the amazing platformers we remember from the Nintendo 64 days like Banjo-Kazooie and of course Mario 64. The game is definitely a collectathon that was created with both adults and younger gamers in mind. It even has a kid-friendly mode that makes the game much easier. The colors are very bright, and while the jumping is a bit floaty, aside from that it's a really cool little adventure. I would definitely say the game is more suited for a younger audience as it's only about 4 hours for veteran gamers, but the little ones might get 3 or 4 times that amount and they'd have a blast doing it. If you're interested in Castle on the Coast, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on February 7th. It's marked down 20% to a new all-time low of just $11.99. Vivid Night is a single-player strategy RPG with a download size around 570 megabytes, and it offers tons of replayability, so you'll definitely get plenty of time out of the purchase, maybe a few dozen hours. Now this is a unique game where you find and save your friends who are trapped inside of gems, and then they become part of your party, which allows you to combine their abilities for amazing attacks. It's a roguelike with procedurally generated dungeons, tons of secrets and upgrades, and again a really unique combat system. After you've saved someone, if you find the same color gem again, it just becomes an upgrade for that party member as well, which is really nice and easy for anyone to pick up and understand. If you're interested in Vivid Night, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on February 4th. It's a new release with an introductory discount of 10%, bringing the price down to just $13.49. Alright folks, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. Thank you as always for rocking with us, we truly appreciate it. If you had a good time, please consider hitting that red button down below before you head out. And to the digital crew here and the extended family over on the main channel, you all are the best on YouTube, hands down, no question. Alright folks, we're going to go ahead and let you get on back to your day. Thank you again for rocking with us and hanging out with us for a few minutes. We'll let Little Man take us home as always. Stay safe out there. Bye everyone.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!